Okay, sir, you can start.
Okay. Namaste andarki. Na peru Dr. Karnakar Reddy. As you can see on the slide, you have been getting external education so much, so the topic is a little different. Even though it's education, manam din internal education andamu. As I've mentioned in the chart, time is most valuable. So let's get started. So my trust space Swashodhan Trust, మేము ఒక ఊరిని తీసుకొని we are trying to develop into this model అన్నమాట. Let me show you what this model is. అంటే ఒక సెల్ఫ్ సస్టైనింగ్, సెల్ఫ్ సఫిషియంట్ ధర్మం ఉన్న డిజిటల్ మోడల్ విలేజ్ చేసి this is to make the villagers stay in the village itself and prevent urban migration అన్నమాట. ఇది ఎట్లా చేస్తామంటే ఇప్పుడు what you are using, ఎందుకంటే మీరు డిజిటల్ హైవేస్ జరుగుతున్నాయి కదా, ఈ యూజింగ్ ది ఇంటర్నెట్ యూఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు కమ్యూనికేట్ అండ్ వీఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు కమ్యూనికేట్ త్రూ ది ఇంటర్నెట్. అట్లనే ఒక విలేజ్ ను మనము అన్ని అర్బన్ అమ్యూనిటీస్ అన్ని ఇంటర్నెట్ ద్వారా విలేజ్ కు తీసుకొస్తాం అనమాట. అండ్ వన్స్ యూ కనెక్ట్ ద విలేజ్ త్రూ ద ఇంటర్నెట్, యూ కెన్ కనెక్ట్ ద విలేజ్ టు ఎనీ ఆఫ్ ద అర్బన్ సిటీస్ ఆల్ ఓవర్ ద వరల్డ్. సో జస్ట్ లిటిల్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, ఒక ఈ మోడల్ విలేజ్ క్రియేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత వీ వాంట్ టు రెప్లికేట్ ద విలేజెస్, ద సేమ్ మోడల్ ఇన్ ఆల్ విలేజెస్ ఇన్ ఇండియా. So ఇక్కడ self-sufficient అంటే కదా. So let me take a little bit of time. What is, and then the question comes, self-sustaining అంటే ఏంటిది, self-sufficient village అంటే ఏంటిది, digital model village అంటే ఏంటి? This is what we're going to do. What we are using currently is the digital technology, same technology we are going to use to create a self-sustaining, self-sufficient village. So then the question comes, ఏంటి self-sufficient, self-sustaining village అంటే ఏంటి? So this is a self-sustaining, self-sufficient village, as you can see in this slide. ఇక్కడ ఊర్లోనే పుట్టాలా, ఊర్లోనే అంత చదువు కావాలి, అంగన్వాడీ నుంచి పిహెచ్డి వరకు, ఊర్లోనే హెల్త్ మొత్తం, ఆల్ ద రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ ద విలేజ్. ఎనీ ఆపరేషన్స్ మేజర్ అయితేనే ఊరు నుంచి బయటికి పోవాలి, లేకుంటే రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద థింగ్స్ కెన్ బి డన్ ఇన్ ద విలేజ్. జాబ్స్ కూడా డిజిటల్ జాబ్స్ ఉంటాయి కదా. సో ఈ డిజిటల్ జాబ్స్, ఫిజికల్ జాబ్స్ కెన్ బి క్రియేటెడ్ ఇన్ ద విలేజ్. సో గవర్నమెంట్ సర్వీసెస్ అంతా విలేజ్లో ఉండాలా, అండ్ దెన్ యూ డై ఇన్ ద విలేజ్. So this is a completely self-sufficient village, and we're going to use it again to repeat how we're going to do it under opening digital highways. So okay, just a little bit about that. Now manamu vidya. So we're all talking about vidya. Let's come to the main topic. So Swashodhan Trust ante basically manaku ignorance is the root cause of all our problems. And avidya mana dukhaniki karanam. Vidya dukha nivaranam anamata. So that is what basically Swashodhan Trust main aim is, to provide the knowledge, vidya, so that people can come out of this darkness of avidya. So mari vidya anedi rendu ante any how many types of education you know? Ante two types of education what we have. And what is education? We are programming the mind. Manamaithe information edaithe medadlo pedtamo, that gets stored in the memory. So two types of education ఉంటుంది. So two types of programming of the mind can be done. Like what we can say, basically we can compare our mind to a computer. మనము ఏదైతే సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఎక్కిస్తామో, that is what the computer spits out. But ఇంకా అంటే we cannot compare the mind with a computer, but some similar analogy. So ఇది మనం ఏమేమి ఎక్కియాలి మెదడులా? So two types of knowledge. ఒకటేమో external education. In the livelihood, జీవనోపాధికి ఇది ఇంపార్టెంట్, ముఖ్యం. సో వాట్ యూఆర్ డూయింగ్ రైట్ నౌ, ఇది ఎన్ఎంఎంఎస్ వచ్చి స్కాలర్షిప్ వచ్చి మీరు ఇంకా మంచిగా చదువుకోవాలి, ఇంకా మంచి కాలేజెస్ పోవాలంటే ఇది మొత్తం ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్. జీవనోపాధి ముఖ్యం. జీవనోపాధి లేకుంటే మనం సన్యాసం పుచ్చుకొని ఇంకా మనకు రెడీ కాలేదు. సో దిస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. కానీ ఈ విద్య ఏం చేస్తుంది? ఇది ఇట్లా అంటే ఎనీ అగైన్ మనం ఏదైతే ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేస్తామో మైండ్, అది ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అయినప్పుడు that creates a mind state. ఈ మైండ్ స్టేట్ ఏముంటుంది మనకి అంటే ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ టు టెల్ యూ, బికాస్ మీరే ఎప్పుడైతే మీరే చూసుకోండి, ఫ్రమ్ మార్నింగ్ టు ఈవినింగ్ వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ దిస్. సో ఇంతవరకు మీరు మీ మనసును ఆ దృష్టికోణంలో చూడలేదు, వాట్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ యూఆర్ డూయింగ్ అని చూడండి మీరే. అండ్ నాట్ ఓన్లీ యూ సీ, రాత్రింపగలు పని చేస్తాం మనం, బట్ దట్ క్రియేట్స్, ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ క్రియేట్స్ మైండ్ స్ట్రెస్. అరే దొరుకుతుందా లేదా, నేను పాస్ అవుతున్నా లేదా, అరే ఇది ఈయన మంది తిరుగుతుంది, దట్ క్రియేట్స్ ఎ స్ట్రెస్. బట్ ఎస్, వీ వాంట్ టు పాస్ ద ఎన్ఎంఎంఎస్, లైక్ వాట్ వీఆర్ ఆల్ ట్రైంగ్ టు డూ అండ్ గెట్ స్కాలర్షిప్. ఇది ఈ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ లేకుండా, ఇంటర్నల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ లేకుంటే ఇట్ క్రియేట్ స్ట్రెస్, యాంగర్ అవుతుందో కాదో, ఇరిటబుల్, యాంగర్, యాంగ్జైటీ, వరీ, టెన్షన్, సూయిసైడ్ ఇస్ వెరీ కామన్. ఇట్స్ వెరీ అన్హార్డ్ ఆఫ్. మేము పుట్టి పెరిగినప్పుడు 12 or 14, 15-year-old child never thought about sadness. They're always happy. But this modern education, modern tensions, modern gadgets, creating a lot of tension, suicide, fear, sadness, depression. ఈ మైండ్ స్టేట్ ని ఏమంటారంటే మన పూర్వజులు దీన్ని మైండ్ స్టేట్ ను రాజసికం అని, దట్ స్టేట్ ఆఫ్ ద మైండ్ ఇస్ కాల్డ్ రాజసికం. అగైన్ దేర్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ కన్సర్న్ విత్ రిలీజన్. సో వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్, as I described, this is nothing but programming of the mind, which is universal. All the child's programming is done here in the mind. ఇది ఎక్స్టర్నల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్. సో మరి ఇది ఇంటర్నల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్. ఇంటర్నల్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ నేను నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్ లో కొంచెం డిస్క్రైబ్ చేస్తా ఎక్కువ. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. Internal education. I'll talk a little bit more because the heading of the topic is internal education. This is what I would like to do it. This is, I got plenty. External education, I became a cardiologist. I practiced for 25 years in USA. I had very good of this, but all this education led to this. So later on, I have to find out what is really life. So I'll go to the next slide. So that's when I started learning late. My advice to you all, please look into this. Spend some time. We are all completely focused. I'm so happy you're all bright children. I heard you're all talented, and you have a lot of very pattudala, want to know, want to grow in life. But please, just get some seeds into this mind. With the external education, I did to myself. I used to be ratrum bagal nidra kotunde. At 2:00 I used to get up and read. Oh, it's all. So this internal education is very important. The internal education unte mana mind state untadi, calm untadi, healthy untadi, happy and peaceful. This state of mind is called sattvic, as you can reflect in the family. The combination of education together, internal education, external education, then the holistic education antaru. As you can see in the first slide, I mentioned holistic or dharmic education. Dharma has got nothing to do with any religion. So this programming is happening, and as long as child is programmed this way, the holistic education leading to holistic living, where the person is calm, quiet, and itluntadi state untaru. Calm, quiet, and happy. Who doesn't want to be here? Who wants to be here? Sad. But in a modern education, especially in Narayana and schools, they don't teach anything of this. Completely focused. IIT. Oh my God. Mind and the people are committing suicide, as you know. So now, okay, anyway, so you're getting this. I don't have to focus on this, and I'm so happy you're already focused on this. Let's focus and turn our mind towards this internal education. So A&D. So the next question comes is, like, who am I? This is called internal education. Nenu evaru? Manam evaru? And what is the purpose? And this question is called this answers to this question and answers. First question, who am I? Enduku? What is the purpose of life? What am I doing? Is the life completely meant to make money? Is there anything else? So that our question to internal education, that knowledge again is called internal education. So let me put a little few seats, but I would request 90% of the time you spend on external education, but please spend some 5% of your time, because if you do that, you'll be completely successful in external education. Your mind will be calm and quiet, and you can achieve more. 5 minutes, if you take 1 hour to read, if you have internal education, internal knowledge, you can finish that in 10 minutes. Actually, you don't have to reread again. Or teacher cheppindi kuda innade sakkaga medallaki ekkiyochu. So what is that internal education? So what are we seeking? Ante manamu enduku chavutunnam? Why? What is the purpose you are reading? Obviously, anyway, since it's not a dialogue, actually we want to have a dialogue of what are you seeking, but since there's no dialogue, so I'll go directly to what we are seeking. Every life being is seeking happiness. So, and I'm comparing this mind state is called happiness. Happiness is a state of mind. It cannot be found in other things. Other things, external things comes into our mind. How we keep the mind steady and not affected by what I'll show you. If the mind is affected by these things, which I'm going to talk about internal education, then you lose your natural state of happiness. Like in a pendulum. You can say when the pendulum is stable, when it is right in the middle, not swinging right and left. So when the motion is still. So at that particular point, so this pendulum, let's compare that to happiness. Happiness is our basic state. We are happiness. But why are we unhappy? What is the reason? So you can see this. This is not something which is esoteric or hard to understand. This you are going through every moment of our life you are going through. Just pay attention. Nobody told you about internal education. Just pay a little attention. Oh, sir is speaking from his life experience. Even though he was driving, all kinds of Mercedes Benz, he had a big home. Why did he leave all these things and come to this India, and then going through all these difficult? It's not difficulties. It's such a beautiful life I'm living. Completely. So this is what I was seeking. I was not aware. I was thinking external education will give me happiness. Very unfortunate. It will never give you happiness. It will give you pleasure, but the pleasure is associated with a lot of pain. The Rajasi gunas, lot of stress, anger. Because in the work with last 6 days I described it. So please, I would really request you, if I have to do re-education again, I'll start first with internal education and then go for external education. So don't reach there. I had to work for 17 years to find this knowledge. So please, your mind is young, fresh. Please learn this. So again, we are all seeking happiness. So even external education, we are seeking happiness, but we'll never find happiness with external education. Again, let's compare. Let's get back to this mind state. Our basic mind state is happiness. అందుకోసమే మన పూర్వజులు చెప్పినారు తత్వమసి aham brahmasmi. These are the words. These are not religious words. These are not religious connotations. So we are happiness. Sat Chidanandani nindochu meeru. So Sat Chida Ananda. So that's Sat Chidananda. And that's what we are rupam. Mana state of mind is happiness. But why are we unhappy? Not only us, everybody is unhappy, seeking something outside. So let's compare that to the pendulum. Ikkada center lunte pendulum is not swinging, and that is a basic state of mind. When this is the happiness factor. So manaki emaitadi. So this is, again, I'm saying it's very simple. There's nothing magical about it. That's what you're going. Just pay attention to your mind. You'll understand. Manaku. So just one example. Ippudu meere NMMS chadutunnaru. Emaitadi aa ragam. I want to get it అని వస్తుంది. ఆ రాగం అనేది basic state నుంచి shift అవుతుంది. So I like it. So I want to get it. Of course, you're all young people and you're becoming mature. So your opposite sex is very, very attractive. So when the hormones strike in, this is what it is. I like this person. I'm in love and potaru. At the same thing, anything in life, I want to make money. I want to get all this stuff. The ragam vastadi. And your mind shifts from there, and that is the cause of unhappiness. I like ante ragam. And the mind, the pendulum swings to the body and mind. The mind swings to the right. Eye, body, and mind, it goes into the red zone. As you know, red is always danger. The green is peace. It continues to shift. This state will lead to happiness. Into pleasure. This is pleasure. This is not real happiness. And this plane, the pendulum can't stay there. It has to swing to the other side. So then what happens? The pendulum swings from the right to the left again. I do not like it. I was liking that person. Now I do not like him. Whatever. So unhappiness. Dvesham. Raga dveshalu. When the mental, this is the source of happiness. The state of mind. Itla ragam anuntadi, dvesham anuntadi. This is what our mind is swinging, and this is the cause of happiness. Unhappiness. So how to be happy again? Ee raga dveshalu vidval. So simple. And when your mind is in the center. And this is the stage where your mind is most efficient, calm and a quiet mind. So this is happiness, and this is internal education. Any movement of the mind, like a pendulum to the right or left, ragamu dvesham vachindante, you are in a state of your mind state. Again, happiness is a state of mind. The mind is agitated with ragamu, and then you lose your happiness. This is the red zone. Again, dveshamu. The same person you like, and you can see in your relationship, whatever. You mean NMMS dorkaledanko, you had so much of it. Now you get to the other side, depressed. You want to get some money or whatever, or power, fame, name. So then the mind swings to the other side. And then the pendulum can't stay there. It has to swing to the other side. This is the state of mind. I do not like it. You can see this. Here. So this is, please, this is called internal education. Learn it. So how to keep this mind from swinging between this raga dvesha? So this can be only done with meditation. Dhyanamlo undi mana mind observe cheskoni, are నాకు రాగం వస్తుందిరా. So you pull it back to the natural state of mind. Are నాకు ద్వేషం వస్తుంది. This is disturbing my state of mind, where my mind is becoming inefficient. So anyway, so I think probably I'm almost done with my 20 minutes of time. So it's unfortunate that we could not interact. So, but this is my few words of my my life experiences where you don't have to go. I would really spend a little bit time. Maybe I'll share this. Of course, this is recorded, I think. Just focus on this simple slide, this one slide, where our state of happiness, what we are seeking is happiness, where the happiness is a state of mind. As long as it is swinging like a pendulum between raga dvesha, you'll never find happiness. Keep this mind stable and prevent the mind from roaming into raga dvesha, and then you're the most happiest person in the life. So this is what we are seeking. Just a few sentences of my experiences, and I really wish you happiness. And you have happiness. You be happy and share this happiness. How beautiful it is. We're all beggars seeking happiness. We don't have happiness. What can we give? So through internal education, ఇది అంతరింక జ్ఞానం అంటారు. బహిరంగ జ్ఞానం మీరు ఎంత, and you can see this. All these rich people, they can't sleep at night. Why? Sad, because all the pleasures in Taiwan. He has got a big home. I had it now. I used to drive Mercedes and S430. I used to have $1 million home, and I used to practice. I used to help people. What? I is always stressed. Oh, so much of unhappiness. So please think about internal education. With 95% you spend time on external education. But again, please, 5 minutes. Look at this slide. So simple, so basic. Practice meditation and keep that mind calm and quiet and be happy and share this happiness. This pure internal happiness is called peace, shanti. ఈ శాంతి, మీరు శాంతంగా ఉండండి, మీ చుట్టుపక్కల ప్రజలను, మీ పరివారాన్ని మీరు శాంతంగా ఉండండి, మీ ఇమీడియట్ ఫ్యామిలీని శాంతంగా పెట్టండి, మీ సమాజాన్ని, చుట్టుపక్కల సమాజాన్ని శాంతంగా పెట్టండి, మీ పల్లె శాంతంగా ఉంటుంది, మీ దేశం శాంతంగా ఉంటుంది. So then what beautiful it is. You don't need to die to go to heaven. We can all find this happiness here. And ఈ శాంతంతోని let's learn, let's practice. And I'm sorry, if you have any questions, I'll share my number. You can always call me. And then again, I wish you all well. I wish you all success in life. Success, again, is not measured by what you have. Success is measured by your happiness in your mind. And I really wish you happiness. That Shuka Shantang Undandi. Namaste. Thank you. I think probably I'll rest my, I'll stop now. And Amma, Pavitra, so any questions unte emana cheyalna amma? Chat untada emana?
Sir, if you want, then you can extend the class.
Ledu inka. I think probably they are tired, and too much of knowledge also will create confusion. Ippudu malla vallaki, if there is so much of demand, if there are any questions, I'll answer those questions. Question answer sessions would have been better. I don't like didactic lectures, where I can learn from them and I can share my knowledge with them. So Miru, if you have, what you do is, if the children like it, if they want to know a little bit more about internal education, I'll be more than happy. Our questions while I'll answer those questions. Or I can share my number. My number share change if they have any questions. Life is so beautiful with internal education. And I don't mind spending any, I'm busy, but I don't mind spending any amount of time for to help people in this internal education. So, okay, Marie. So I think probably I have exhausted my time. And untan Marie. Pavitra inkemanna unda amma? Subhash gara? So,
Let's sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Namaste.